Did you see Tony Khan's speech?
I don't see nothing Tony Khan.
He's like your John Cena, your personal John Cena. Well, let's play this and then we could probably wrap it up after that. So they were in Chicago. I guess a couple days after he fired Punk, or the day he fired Punk.
Wow. Okay, so this is gonna be a crazy.
It lined up pretty horrible. Now this is being taken by a fan, because I don't think they aired this on TV. However, I think Tony Khan went heel, at least in Chicago.
I'm sure everyone knows at this point what I'm going to say, but I think it's important that I come out here and talk to you about it before Collision and All Out this weekend, because I really respect all of you. I'm a wrestling fan like you, and if I were in your shoes, I could totally understand how a lot of you feel one way or the other. But I just want to tell you, I'm out here because I had to do something I did not want to do today. I'm very sorry to fans or anybody who's upset by it. This week we conducted an investigation.
I like how he came out and tried to smooth talk him first, give him compliments, just to say, hey, I got some bad news. You know what I did today? Today, out of all days.
He knew it.
And before any other show that happens here, your boy's out of here.
He came out like a rambling coke addict trying to explain why he doesn't have the money to his drug dealer. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, I had the money and then I lost it on the way. I'm getting a job on Friday. I promise I'll have it for you. And sorry if it's hard to hear, guys.
I have a discipline committee in AEW that is independent and it's comprised the majority of lawyers. And I also brought in outside legal counsel.
That's gonna win over the Chicago crowd.
Yeah, authority. Yeah, they love it. Keep saying those magic words.
Yes, America, we love lawyers, especially a committee of them.
You know what a committee is? More than one.
It means a group of assholes, scared, panicked assholes got together because a couple guys got into a little fisticuffs.
Which they're going to do. That's the problem.
You know what? Sorry, go ahead.
That's the problem. See, WWE, they could rock somebody right in their shit, walk right past them and go on fucking stage and nothing is said, nothing is done.
But you know what? I don't blame Tony Khan. And I'm gonna change your mind right now. You would only have to worry about, like, you would have to bring in lawyers as the CEO of the company if you believe that there's a chance that one of these guys won't just let it go and will sue. Now, do you believe out of that crew, the Elite, Jack Perry, CM Punk, do you think any of those guys wouldn't sue? Like, they would just be men and go, all right, we just got into a little fight.
All right, I see what you're saying.
You know CM Punk's going to try to sue.
Yeah, CM Punk will start it and then try to sue.
Absolutely. So I don't blame him whatsoever. And I bet you that's what those lawyers said. Look what he did at WWE. He sued them.
Speedy. Had them on speed dial.
Yeah. Didn't he threaten to sue when they got into the first
I think
fight?
so. I think so.
Yeah. Because of his dog or something.
Yeah.
Somebody got bit or some shit. That's what happens when you're a suey motherfucker.
I hired independent lawyers to investigate this and make a recommendation. This is different than anything I've ever been involved in sports or wrestling. It was very tough. When I met them, the unanimous recommendation was the action that I took. The action that I took came as a result of this investigation, but I have to say it stems from an incident backstage last weekend at AEW All in London. I've been going to wrestling shows like you for over 30 years, and the first one I ever went to was with my dad, who's here tonight, downstate in Champaign, Illinois. Thank you, Dad. Without him,
Fuck fuck your dad.
I'm gonna kill that bastard.
Well, this is where I think, because I kind of respected him, and I don't respect anything Tony Khan does for some reason. He's just a fool to me. But this is the first time I respected what he did, because he's like, all right, you know what, fuck it. It's almost like when Vince came out and did the announcement when Benoit died, and people were like making fun of, oh, you idiot, you paid tribute to it. It's like he did exactly what all you could do. Listen, we fucked up. Now we're gonna move on. He came out, faced the music, but now what he's about to say to me took him out of the respect place. Try to listen closely. Let me see if you can catch it though.
The first one I ever went to was with my dad, who's here tonight, downstate in Champaign. Without him, none of this would be possible, because he took a huge leap on a dream that became AEW, and that's why we're here. And everything I know about business, I learned from him. He's a family businessman. This is a family business. And I care about the people who work here. That's the production staff, that's everybody that works here. The wrestlers, but also people you don't think about every day that make the show happen. I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years as a fan, and I've been producing them on TNT here for almost 4 years now. And this is the first time, this incident, that I have ever feared for my safety in a wrestling show, that I have ever feared for my life in a wrestling show.
Shut up, you pussy!
Vince McMahon would never.
Thank you, Wonder. God damn it. I've been saying the same thing.
Vince McMahon would never.
And people try to compare him to the great Vince McMahon. Listen, Vince might be a lot of things.
But he fears no one.
He might sexualize his daughter. He might pay a bitch to shut her mouth after he fucked her. But he would never, ever, even if he would never admit that he was scared for his life.
Never.
In any situation.
Never. He was just scared for his life when he blew up in a limo.
Exactly. He had the set fall on him. People trying to kill him. But it's the fact that he's going, and I know Tony Khan's not Vince McMahon. He's not the bravado guy. He's a nerd.
Yeah.
Probably admittedly. But to come out and do that, to say that one of your wrestlers scared you, I think you're just going to be bitched out now. Like, even if it's just like low-key psychological shit, they know that you're scared of them now.
Yeah.
That's why Vince was such a fucking dick. He let Bret Hart punch him in the mouth. It's just like, come on, bro.
Tony is a bitch.
And listen, I don't, if Tony Khan is really a genius and we're just like, we're supposed to hate him, he may have just cut the next Mr. McCon promo. I'm now Mr.
Is McDowell's manager?
He's now Mr. Khan.
Yeah. McCon.
Mr. McCon.
Tony McCon.
Because that would be, if I believe that was a work, that would be a great heel promo, heel management promo. I'm scared for my life, so now I'm going to make my decisions based on being scared. That could have been good, but I believe it's real. He's fucking coked out right now.
Yeah, he said the same thing twice. The last 30 years, I was a
wrestling. And how did he not realize that would, like, that's why I'm saying if it was a heel promo, it would be genius. How did he not realize that would, like, not go over well with wrestling fans?
He had to have known. Or he's coked out.
He's that oblivious. He lacks self-awareness.
He's that scared.
Or the lawyers told him, go out there and say, you fear for your life.
That's what I was going to say. The lawyers definitely had to say so. And that verbiage sounds definitely
like lawyers.
Lawyers.
It's the first time I've ever been at a wrestling show where I feared for my life.
Feared for my life.
And my safety and the safety of others. If he would have said safety of others, I may be able to cut some slack. Where you go, okay, I have a makeup woman that got caught in the mix.
Yeah.
And she got scared. I would get that, but you're in that mix. Like,
you weren't even in. What if he wasn't even there, bro? What if he was like in the next 10 over while they were doing their little scramble? Talking about he's feared for his life.
I bet you that's what it was. There was probably multiple security in front of him, and he was going, "Hey, come on, guys, break it up. I'll get along." Yeah, or this could also be Tony Khan making the statement almost to his wrestlers too, like where Tony Khan's been trying to like get their admiration, and this is him almost going like, "Listen, I have to be a boss now. No more of this bullshit. I got in trouble now. I tried to have a nice friendly place where we could all be creative. We're all friends, and you guys got me in trouble with my dad and the lawyers." So this could be Tony putting his foot down to the wrestlers.
So they take the guy that they want out the most out?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, that's a good point. That is a good point. Because I could see that if they got rid of one of like Jack Perry, both of them are gone. That's fair. This could be him sucking back up to his friends. Good point, Wonder. Good point. That actually makes more sense now that you say it.
Mm-hmm.
But also appeasing the lawyers and his dad.
Yeah.
That's why he shouted his dad out.
Shout out to my dad. Wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this shit.
Wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here, to be honest.
Where the fuck you think I got that money from? College?
I feel like Tony Khan had a night with Hunter Biden at one point where they just went out on the town and fucking coked it up. They're both rich kids. They both appear to like coke. I won't even say allegedly because I'm just basing it on my opinion. He appears to be on cocaine.
Any proof? No, just look at him. Proof you need. Look what he does.
The cold sweats when he's standing in place and the darting eyes.
The darting eyes is definitely it.
The sputtering sentence fragments. It's all there.
A different answer for a different question.
He wears the same suit every week. Messy hair.
Has to speak about both shows at one time so he doesn't forget any.
He has to sit on a chair as he's on stage.
This announcement is for both shows.
So that they can edit it later. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the end of CM Punk. I don't think he ever gets. I think this ruins even his chance of going back to WWE. I think WWE looks at that and goes, "He hasn't changed."
Nobody
fucking
wants
with him
him.
for.
WWE doesn't even want him.
That's what I'm saying.
Every wrestler is like, "Yo, we hate you." So, I don't know where they were saying in the reports that he was getting dapped up and talking to wrestlers.
They told him to get the fuck out of here.
Everybody, what the fuck you doing in here?
You saw that promo where Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
was going. He's a fucking cancer. I don't even want. I don't even think he was in character.
He wasn't because he called him Phil.
Right. So I mean, I think that's the end of CM Punk in wrestling, unless he goes to some indie show. But he's too prideful to do that.
Yeah, I don't even think they'll take him. He's just better off doing meet and greets.
He's gonna be like the Sandman, like where it's like, all right, we'll book you, but or like New Jack at one point.
Yeah,
he's not dangerous. He's just an asshole.
He's gonna wrestle some 78-year-old
and then shoot on him. the middle of the match.
Go to sleep for real. Put him to sleep.
Could you not see that happening? Him going to the Indies and then putting him up against, you know, some older guy, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Hacksaw can't do it the same way, and him shooting on him or like calling him an asshole like really loud or something.
I don't see that for CM Punk.
I'm telling you, if he did, I could see that happening.
Well, if he did, yeah, I could see that happening. I don't see it happening.
I don't see him going to the indie. He should have, and I said this at the beginning, he should have just went to WWE.
They didn't want him.
I think he could have. There was a moment where he could have had a window to make it better. He just had to come forward and swallow his fucking pride. Stupid Chicago pride gets them nowhere.
That hoodlum pride.
Yes. That hood rat pride.
That's why they weren't taking him.
That's what I'm saying. But I think WWE is open to like, all right, if he comes back and not crawling on his hands and knees, but comes back as like a more humbled guy. Right after UFC, I think he had a chance. I'm telling you.
Vince was like, fuck that guy.
I think Triple H would have been open.
Vince would have been like, fuck that guy.
Still makes the final. Hush Money era. He had a chance.
Vince doesn't like that guy.
Vince would have had more Hush Money on his mind. Get him away.
Kill him. I don't care how you do it.
There was a time, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I'm saying it was a sweet spot. It was a very small window and he missed it, and he went to AEW instead. He just had to humble himself, had to come back a little more like listen, all right, I'm not as great as I think I am. WWE was kind of right. I was an asshole. Maybe I got to learn some things. I got to grow up at 38.
Now you're on the show with Neville.
And he can't even call himself Neville anymore. Sad. Neville and Orange Cassidy. And you got fired because you lost a fight to Jungle Boy. You lost a real fight to Jungle Boy. Oh, that's a sad run. And you got injured in every match you were in.
Oh man, we need an autobiography.
That I just want an autobiography of his time in AEW. That might be the only way he can make money. Write a book. Write a book, like your wife. Hey, he wins at the end. He gets to go home. Go home to AJ.
For now.
Well, does that last?
That's not lasting much longer.
Eventually, that's headed to Jesse Pinkman and Jane. Remember when they were together?
I give it by summer next year.
I was gonna say that earlier, but I didn't want to come off that way. But I do see divorce in the future. They're liberals too. They don't give a shit about marriage. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, end of CM Punk. I think. I guess that's where we could just end it.
Oh, unless this was a whole work. Tony Khan is McCon.
Again, I'm gonna say the same thing like I said last time. If this is a work, this is the greatest work ever. And last time it wasn't a work.